Hey, welcome to Proko. My name is Stan Prokopenko. We've arrived at another critique episode. I'm going to be looking at your assignments. Just to recap, the PEC assignment had two parts to it. So the first part was doing a tracing over model photos. So I provided you guys some photo reference of models, and I wanted you to trace over it and find the different bundles of the pec muscle. And the second part was inventing the pecs on top of images of our friend Skelly. So I gave you guys images of Skelly, just the skeleton, and you had to invent the pecs on top of it. So let's see how you guys did. Let's take a look at what AJ Blak submitted. These look good, very clean. I love it when it's clean. You're showing very, very thin pieces in here. When the arm is being compressed against the torso like this, you're gonna see this muscle coming out. Okay, it's gonna bulge out a little bit. In here, you're not gonna see the clavicular portion. The sternal is going to go up like this. It's gonna stretch up, and it's gonna cover that whole area. Very thin in here, and also you're connecting the muscle to the humerus at a tiny point. Same thing in here, it's a tiny point. Show the entire area, and actually not all the way up here. It would start here and probably stretch all the way to here. So extending this clavicular portion all the way to the almost halfway, a little bit less than halfway. Again, little point. And this one looks pretty good other than, again, the point, but very clean, very clean. The volumes look good on these last two. Let's see your other page. Okay, also pretty good. The only thing I would say is continue showing the pec under the deltoid. Okay, actually imagine what it's going to look like. I know you can't see those surface forms under the deltoid, but you gotta imagine where they're leading, where the muscle fibers are going. It's gonna help you shade the parts that are visible. It's gonna help you show the forms stretching towards a specific point. So we're gonna follow that crease of the sternal section, and then it curves back up onto the humerus. Clavicular portion from here. And it will overlap, actually. Remember, this goes over, the clavicular goes over the sternal. This goes under. And then all of this is abdominal. Okay, so show what's happening underneath. Go all the way over. Same thing on this side. The attachment is going to be all along here. So show that clavicular portion stretching under. And then these guys also coming out. There's a lot of twisting going on here, a lot of pinching. If you want to get a refresher on what's going on, watch my demonstration of that area, because it's very complicated. But for your critique, show the attachment all the way to the humerus. Don't stop at the deltoid. This next one is from Charlene Quye. So Charlene, what I'm seeing is two things. One, the connection to the humerus, you're showing as a point. You know, you got that small dot where it connects. It's actually going to be a longer line like this. And also, you're not layering the muscles, the three bundles, the clavicular, the sternal, and the abdominal. They overlap each other. So let's do a little diagram. We're going to do the left side. This is the insertion onto the humerus. Then you got the clavicular origin, sternal origin, and abdominal origin. The clavicular origin starts at the clavicle and goes all the way down like this. Okay, thinner piece, thin and long. The sternal section is much thicker because it attaches along this entire area of the sternum here. And it's going to attach through the humerus a little bit higher up. And it's going to go underneath the clavicular. And finally, you have the abdominal down here, and that's going to attach also a little bit higher. I'm just going to stagger these so it's easier to see. It goes underneath the sternal section. So you got this layering of clavicular on top, sternal under that, and abdominal under that. And so they twist under each other. Now look at yours. You have the sternal going on top of the clavicular. That is not correct. So next time, keep that in mind. Make sure you're always overlapping that clavicular all the way over everything. This one from Audi Eagleheart I want to show because it's another really good example. Very accurate, very clean. Looks like you were looking at my examples though, because I see a lot of small subtleties that I put into mine that you've also got in yours. So that's good that you looked at mine. I wish you would have maybe tried it on your own first, then watch my demonstration. Because if you copy mine, you're not solving the problem on your own. You're just copying my solution. So it's much better for you to learn by attempting it on your own, trying to solve that problem, and then check your answers by watching my demonstration. Because then, if you attempt it, you'll know what is troubling you. You'll know where your knowledge is lacking. And then when you're watching my demonstration, you'll know what to watch. You'll be like, oh, that's how you do it. So your specific questions will be answered by watching my demonstration. But either way, you did a very nice job of copying my demonstration, so that's good. Next up is Thomas Desarate. So, Thomas, you could be a little bit cleaner with your lines. Think about the shapes a little bit more, but let's focus on your anatomy. So, first of all, in here, look at, you have the fibers going horizontal, and then all of a sudden they turn and go up. Now that's not going to happen. The fibers that attach at this point here are just going to go straight up, straight to the insertion point. They're not going to go like this and then decide to go up. There's nothing pulling them down in that area. So let's see. Oh, yes. The attachment that you're showing on the humerus here is way too small. So it's going to start here and it's going to go all the way over here. Much longer, more than twice as much as you're showing there. Also, look at how thin you're showing this area. There is no way that all of these fibers in here are going to come through and then become this tiny little thing and then become the tendon. There's no way that all these fibers are going to fit in this little area. So you're going to need to add much more mass in the armpit. That's where that's where all the bundles overlap and twist. And so it's going to be thick. It's not going to get that small. Same thing in this armpit in here. It just gets way too small. And if you extend this this insertion, now you have a lot more area to show all these, the thick volumes. And we got our final submission from Neville Harvey. Love the flames, Neville. That's awesome. Creativity is always good. It's good to have fun while you're doing these assignments. It shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be a chore. You should be enjoying these. And I could see that you are. So now some things that I'm noticing are just off. First of all, look at how your abdominal portion is just going almost straight up and under, where is this going to attach, right? These muscles would attach to the clavicle. They should point over here, not exactly there, but closer to the humerus. They'll go attached to a tendon around here, so they'll point more like that. But still, they're not going to go straight under the sternal portion. They're going to be a little bit more diagonal. Down here, you got the same thing. Your muscle fibers are just going straight under, but also you're extending that abdominal attachment way too far back on the rib cage. Look at that. That's almost at the scapula. You're like almost back here is the pec. The pec ends there. It's not going to wrap all the way around to the backside. So make sure right around there, that's the ending of the abdominal section. All right, that's it. That concludes our pec critiques. Thank you everybody who submitted their assignments. I'll see you next time. So we have a premium section for students that want to learn more. The premium section has extended lessons with more information about the topic. It also has additional drawing demonstrations. If you do the assignments for each lesson, these demonstrations serve as the answers for the assignment, so you can check your work. There's an ebook version of each lesson that you can download as a PDF. Print them out or keep them on your device so you can quickly review the lessons. And finally, the premium section has 3D models that you can spin around, study, and draw from any angle. If you don't want your drawings to look like this, go to proko.com/anatomy. If you like this video, don't be all selfish. Share it with your friends. And if you want to be updated about new videos, click this button or go to proko.com/subscribe.